In today's video, I get up early to explore the beautiful old harbour of Portsoy to find some easy but effective travel shots just like these. Lemon, fraise and co. I don't think I can really do justice to it from this side. I think maybe I need to get on the other side of the bay, capture it in a slightly wider shot. I think this is going to look nicer. So I want to get to a point where I'm basically square on to the shop front. F5, ISO 100, 6/40th of a second. Focus on the building. Been waiting for the sun to come out of from behind its cloud, because when it does, it's a really nice looking shadows on this building, on each corner, one from another building and one from the street light. I just really like those shadows. And now the sun's gone back in and those shadows have gone. Ooh, I like the harbour wall here. Sort of curving away, almost like a number 6. What's down here then? Maybe I can get another shot of that whiskey place here. We've got a runner coming. Quite like putting people into scenes, particularly in this kind of travel or street photography. So I think it gives you some real context that this is a place that people are enjoying. I am shooting everything on my 50mm today, my nifty 50 1.8 RF. And I love shooting on primes, especially a 50mm, because it's not too wide, but it's also not too zoomed in. It's a really nice balance. But the biggest reason is just how much it makes me, I think, actually concentrate on the photos that I'm trying to take. If on a scene like this, I had a 24-70, I think it's so easy just to stand still and zoom in and out and trying to cram either everything into the scene or just zoom in pointlessly to try and exclude something. Whereas I think the 50 actually makes you work. It means you've got to actually think about how different elements appear in your scene. Think about how maybe you can get a leading line or some other foreground interest into your shot. And that forces you to actually move. You mean literally move your feet to get the shot you want, the dance of the photographer. Maybe not that, but I do think it forces you to think about your scene in a way that maybe you wouldn't do on different lenses, and I think that can be a really powerful tool to just force you into taking more considered photographs. I actually quite like this wide view that I've got set up on my iPhone right now, but I don't have a wide lens, just my 50. So I wondered if maybe I can shimmy along this wall. Ooh, try not to fall over. And I could find a composition that suits here. But you know what, as I'm getting further, I am not convinced. Also, currently, sun is behind a big cloud, so everything's just fallen into shadow. So let's not pursue this opportunity. Let's head back and look for something else. Okay, I'm going to shoot through this vibrant orange ring, because if I look through it, I've got a nice view of this shore-in pub with its flags. So I'm going to go very wide aperture, f1.8, to really throw this orange ring into blur. And I think that's a nice enough image. I hadn't really planned to do a particular video from here, but I got a few shots over the past couple of days that I was really pleased with, and I thought it might be worth, certainly might be interesting to see how I would go about approaching a new location like this, a new scene, how I would try and find shots in somewhere like this. But I'm still very much approaching this as I'm a tourist, I'm here taking some snaps. I don't want to be having a full kit bag of gear walking around these tiny little fishing villages. Instead, I just want to keep it light. I've got my R5 and I've got my 50mm on it, and that is all I've got right now. I love that because it keeps you nimble, it keeps you light. It means you can have your camera out, you can react when you see something. When the light hits a building or an object in a certain way, you have got your camera ready to shoot. I like this shot because we've got the Aurora boat, we've got the ladder, we've got the lobster pot and all the rocks. I think it works quite well as a scene. But I'm going to get a little bit closer on this ladder, just because I think it looks so cool. I think my first shot of this boat, just from this angle, was a bit disappointing, but if I try and come in a little bit, and actually try and use some of the rock of this wall as foreground. If I go my f2.5, I've just got that Aurora. Then we've got this out of focus rock, the vibrancy of the red points on the ladder and on that buoy hanging off the side of the boat. I just think suddenly this becomes a much more attractive scene. And I even just love these rocks as an image by themselves, because I think it's quite an unusual bay in that it's been built with all the rocks stacked vertically all the way along, which I think looks really interesting. I think something like this works quite well. Really shows off that verticality. We've got some of the nice yellow lichens or whatever it is on the upper side. So I'm going to go F5, 125th of a second. But I think that brings me to an end of today's video. If you have enjoyed it, do please hit that like button. And of course, do consider subscribing to my channel if you don't already. And I will see you next time.